Okay, hi. So I know most of you, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm Angelina DeCrow, and I'm a graphic design major here at CMU. And what I did for today's presentation was put together an augmented reality campaign for Starbucks. So you can go ahead. So before we can get to the cool design stuff, I have to talk about the nitty-gritty stuff. Go ahead and click to the next slide. Why Starbucks? So Starbucks is a company that I have worked for 3.5 years now, and they take really, really good care of me. They are like my family, and they have provided me with such a stable ground to walk on, and I hope that in the future I can further my career with them, which is why I chose them to create this campaign for. So let's talk about what AR is for those of you who don't know. So AR, according to Oxford Languages, is a technology that superimposes a computer-generated image on a user's view of the real world, thus providing a composite view. So basically, if you're looking through glasses or through a phone, AR would be the thing that would be in the middle. So that way, the world is a little bit different through your phone than it is actually in front of you. So it's kind of a cool thing about AR. So the first Starbucks AR campaign was at the Roastery in Shanghai, China, and they actually created an AR campaign that acted as a tour guide around their roastery. So you could essentially walk through the roastery and learn facts about coffee or learn about Starbucks, and it was really interactive, and it was a really, really big hit in Shanghai. Then, notice the date, March 2020, they launched Starland. So this was right at the beginning of COVID. And so this was a really great way to get people to bait into the idea of getting the rewards app for Starbucks. And it actually helped them gain more consumers still through the pandemic. And basically people got to walk around and collect stars, which then they got to use to get free coffee, which is really cool. So just AR filters in general, I'm talking more so about Instagram filters today, but there are millions of Instagram filters out there that utilize AR. And then there are also thousands of AR filters that are designed for Starbucks but aren't actually licensed by Starbucks. So some examples of AR filters would be like this. So where you're looking through your phone and you see something different on your phone than you do in the real world, or something that changes your appearance, like this. So we kind of have a really broad spectrum of things that AR can be used for in your phone. So platforms in creating AR for the most popular social media today, so TikTok and Instagram. Starbucks already has Snapchat AR filters, but they don't have any for TikTok or Instagram in the United States. So what I did was I actually self-taught myself how to use Spark AR for Instagram and Facebook. And that's what I used for this project. So now we get to the cool design stuff. This is my favorite part. You can go to the next
Let me put down the shade so they can see better. I can still hear you.
So this was a mood board. Starbucks actually prides itself in letting its designers kind of run free as long as it matches their branding standards. So when they design gift cards or promo campaigns, a lot of illustrators get to run wild when they're illustrating for these items. So what I did was I sketched out some really bad sketches. I'm not a good sketcher, so don't judge me for this. So I originally started with the drive-through idea, and then I moved into this because I hit a roadblock. So I went into Spark AR for the first time, and I thought it was going to be like Adobe Aero, where you could just drag things in and make it kind of cool, and then boom, it's AR. But Spark AR doesn't work like that, and so I hit a really big roadblock in my design process because now I was trying to plug and play, and it just didn't work like that. So back to ground zero. I created my first one, and it was 100% a fail. I would never, as a designer, put this out in the world because it looks really bad. There's so many things wrong with it, and it wasn't really that interactive. It just wasn't what I was hoping for, so I was kind of back to ground zero, but I was still learning how to do Spark AR, so that's a plus. So then I moved into my first prototype phase. I started out with a simple image tracker which basically took the Starbucks logo and then you made something cool on top of it. So when you find it in your AR, and when you find the logo, then something else will happen on top of it. So that was the first prototype I started with. And then I also started with a prototype of What Frap Are You, which I actually continued and pushed forward. So I also started with ground zero and made some new illustrations for everything. So everything that you see in my AR filters is hand illustrated or hand created with Adobe and Procreate. So my user testing. So luckily for me, I have access to a lot of Starbucks employees, a lot of younger siblings, these two guys, and a lot of really great friends who were actually really willing to help me user test. And I actually gave this presentation on Tuesday, and the feedback that I got from my classmates was great as well. So this is my final prototype for What Type of Frap Are You? This is my cute little brother, Deke. He's right here. He's a superstar. This is my awesome coworker, Matt, who also tested out and was really salty that he's a vanilla bean. And then this was my initial reaction to the first time I got this to work, because I was really shocked that it actually worked. So I had such a fun time making this one and illustrating all of the Frappuccinos, and I think it's been a really, really fun way to interact with people and talk about summer drinks like Fraps. So then I did my logo animation. So what I did was I actually ended up making an animation within the Starbucks emblem that was a coffee plant growing. So when you put it over the image of the Starbucks logo, whether it's white, black, green, it does do this little cool animation. And so I thought it would be a really cool way to launch into promos, or even like if you had a sticker on the table, things that you could do with that in general for marketing for Starbucks. And then my last prototype, I actually designed a summer promo poster that you can actually put in the world. I thought this would be really cool for if you are out at the pool and you're sipping on your Starbucks, then you could actually pan with this digital poster. And it also has an animation embedded in it to change the drink from drink to drink. So I thought that was really cool, and I had a lot of fun making that one. So here's some super awesome data. I've had these live for a week. And I've had now over 7.5 thousand opens and impressions on these. And so that's me organically. I haven't promoted it, I haven't talked about it, I haven't done anything with it because I've been waiting to share it with you. So organically, this has had really, really great success, and I was really blown away by how amazing people interacted with it and how incredible it's been to watch people share it and save it and use it. And so I'm really, really proud to say that there's some really great statistics, and the things that Starbucks could actually do with this if they actually promoted it in the United States could be really cool. So here's a little behind the scenes, just so you guys can get an idea of how much work this was for me. So this is one of the easier ones. So you can see that there's a lot of background stuff happening here, so animation looping, transitions, and also like fixating on the planes. You can see the layers, how you have to have materials that are also different layers and planes and trackers and animation sequences. There was a lot that went into this, and this is just the easiest one. So if you go to the next slide, you can see that this was a hard one. And this was the What Type of Frap Are You? And this doesn't even show all the layers that went into that with the animation and all of that, but there was a lot of looping and a lot of stuff that went into this one as well. Okay, so now you can use it. So the cool thing about this is I have now put this out in the world, so now you can scan the QR code and actually use it. And if you want to take a picture and find it later, that's my Instagram, and it is live on my filters page. And basically, now you can go out and use my Starbucks AR filters, and I don't plan on taking them down anytime soon. So that's really cool. So you can go ahead and go to the next slide. And so if you are planning on using that, here's the cool Starbucks logo so you can see the animation. Does anyone have any questions?
Probably have extra time for questions at the end of the hour, hopefully. So applause for next.